did Nietzsche not write about his younger years? It's like this guy didn't exist until he's 40.
Looking for this guy?
What? Nietzsche? How did you summon him?
Don't worry about it, dearie. Just ask him your questions.
Oh my gosh! You're Nietzsche! You're really him!
Well, of course. Who else would I be?
But if you're really Nietzsche, how are you sentient? You spent the last 11 years of your life as a vegetable. What do you remember?
Well, let me start at the beginning. I was born into a Lutheran family in 1844. My father, Karl, was a devout minister.
Where did he come from?
And my grandfather, Frederick, was also a Lutheran minister.
What is happening? Did your grandfather just appear? Wait, isn't Friedrich your name?
Of course, I was named after him. I hardly remember my father, though. He died when I was only 5 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. That was over 100 years ago. More than that now that I think about it. Anyway, I lived with my mother, aunt, and sisters for the rest of my childhood. I was good at school and I got accepted to the University of Bonn. I hated my professors though and moved to the University of Leipzig after just 2 semesters, and I loved it there, mostly because of my favorite professor, Professor Ritschl. It wasn't all philosophy throughout my childhood though. I also volunteered for a year in the Prussian military, and then I served as a medic in the Franco-Prussian War for the Prussians. That was where I caught diphtheria and dysentery.
Oh, I bet the diseases made you crazy. Wait, anyway, I have a report to write. What thinkers inspired you?
Schopenhauer's ideas influenced me heavily, and my ideas of power are pretty reminiscent of his will to live that he wrote about. I also took some of my beliefs about music from him. Oh, we're both atheists, obviously.
That sounds cool. I didn't realize you were a part of the music scene.
Yes, I was quite close with the composer Wagner and his family for a while, but his increasingly Christian ideas and his anti-Semitism eventually created a rift between us and...
Wait, how are we outside?
We've always been outside, but that's not the point.
We have not been outside the whole time. You know that.
Do I know that? You really seem quite sure of yourself.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
I have no idea what you mean. We're inside, the same place we've always been.
I don't think I got enough sleep last night. What is going on?
I'm sure you got plenty of sleep. That's not your issue. You should read some of my works, though. They might help you understand the madness. Start with the gay science, and then try Beyond Good and Evil.
Why?
They deal with exactly your issue, the issue of truth. Let me read you a passage or two. What things are called is incomparably more important than what they are. After all, the strength of knowledge does not depend on its degree of truth, but on the degree to which it has been incorporated as a condition of life. Truth is unimportant, as it finds its moral center within the womb.
Oh, do you mean humanity creates reality for themselves and from themselves?
Precisely! You're catching on.
Oh, that's one of the ideas that people still remember you for. Your ideas have aged as well as you have. People still talk about this constantly. Your ideas are as fresh as when you wrote them.
Is that so? I'm glad that people remember my ideas on truth, but I'd rather they remembered me as the guy who proclaimed the death of God. I guess I'll take what I can get.
Well, you're in luck. Nietzsche's pretty popular in today's culture, and your ideas on the death of God sure stuck around.
Well, I assume you've read my thoughts on the subject.
Would I be sitting here right now if I already knew your thoughts?
Well, I was a professor at the University of Basel, you know. I'm going to explain my theories whether you like it or not. Anyway, my parable of the madman covers this quite nicely. You see, civilization has chosen to kill God. They don't believe in God anymore, but they still practice morality under him.
Huh, that's really interesting. So you're saying we pick and choose which parts of religion to keep. Throw away God, but keep the morals. You know, you probably wouldn't know about this because you've been floating in the ether and whatnot, but today even atheists like yourself are reminiscing back to the days where Christian morals held more weight in our society. We wanted morality without God, but now it seems we've lost both.
You call that a bad thing? Morality is a farce. I'm glad that it's remembered as one of my most important contributions to philosophy.
But man isn't satisfied with the way things are. To live without objective truth is a bleak existence, and one that our culture has proven to be faulty. Truth is not based on perspective as you claim, but on God.
Ah, that is where we differ. You claim to know reality, but you're hardly sure of the room you are in as we speak. How can you be sure of anything? Only by deciding slowly and by holding firmly to a decision once it is made can we make any progress at all. Everything else follows by itself.
I guess it boils down to what you put your faith in.
A guess of monumental foolishness, I assure you.